IEEE Student Chapter KBT I welcome Dr. Narendra Shekokar sir and all the participants to the last day of 1 week faculty development program on research and emerging trends in digital forensic. Today, we are having Dr. Narendra Shekokar as our resource person. Dr. Narendra Shekokar is professor in Computer Engineering Department at DJ Sanghvi College of Engineering, Mumbai. He has completed his PhD from NMI MS University, Mumbai. Sir is having 26 years of experience in teaching field. He has published 31 papers in international and national journals. He is also a member of Board of Studies in Mumbai University. He has worked as reviewer for IEEE and ACM conferences and also has been the judge for different national level competitions. He is specialized in computer network cyber security, ethical hacking and digital forensics with system security in detail. He has also guided number of PhD candidates. We are fortunate to have Dr. Narendra Shekokar as our resource person today. I request Dr. D.E. Medhne sir to felicitate our today's guest, Dr. Narendra Shekokar sir. Thank you. I request Dr. Narendra Shekokar sir to start with this session.
Am I audible to you? Yeah, that's better. Once again, sorry to all of you that starting late this session because I am coming from Mumbai and again traffic and everything I could reach late. It's very difficult to teach to the teachers. I believe that. I will try my level best to come up for your expectation level because lunch break time is also there. So bear with me. I will try to wrap up major content as early as possible. So outline of my today's talk, I will talk about the basic security, cyber security threats, and everybody is doing online transaction. So whatever threats are there in every human lives, okay, every day we are doing banking transaction, every day we are going to the cyber cafe, we are accessing your computer, net. So there are a lot of cyber threats are there, and I am not going to talk like anything big. So I am talking like whatever the cyber threats normal person is facing, about those cyber threats I will discuss. Okay. So ATM security is very important because we are every day we are withdrawing money from the ATM, we are doing online transaction. So another attack I will talk about the ransomware attacks. You might be aware about the ransomware attacks, everybody, because there is a lot of revenue loss was there because of the ransomware attack. I will, time permits, I will discuss one case study. Then these key loggers I will discuss, virtual keyboards concept I will discuss, certificate concept I will discuss, password cracking, and WhatsApp end-to-end security. What is that? Because there was a lot of advertisement like 6 to 7 months back. WhatsApp is providing end-to-end security. Okay, husband was exchanging message, like 70-year husband was exchanging message with his wife through WhatsApp, and they were saying that so WhatsApp communication is secure. So what are the flaws are there? What are the weaknesses are there in the communication, and how it will be rectified? So that I will discuss. Then the last topic I will discuss about the phishing technique. Again, this is very serious and dangerous threat, and of course some of the faculty they are interested to pursue their PhD. Some might have started their working on PhD. So in that line, I will try to share my experiences also with you so that it will be helpful. So what is the basic of the security? First one is a confidentiality. What do you mean by confidentiality? Suppose if I am exchanging the information with sir, okay, if I am exchanging my credit card detail with the sir, so all this information should exchange in a secured manner over the communication channel. So that comes under the confidentiality, and there are a lot of algorithms are there. So some of the faculty, those who have taught system security, they have taught those algorithms but there is a lot of potential. You can improvise those algorithms, existing algorithm. Basically, during my PhD work, I have worked on the confidentiality algorithm. Okay, I have designed a new algorithm. One of my PhD students, she has completed PhD recently. She has worked on the confidentiality for IoT protocol. Because IoT protocol, when you are designing that confidentiality algorithm, lot of challenges are there. What are those challenges? Because I have worked on the normal client server architecture. So I had a huge computation power was there. But when I have worked on the IoT device, this tiny device like, so there is a less memory is there, less computation processing capability is there. So that case, I have to work on a constrained environment. And when you are working on a constrained environment, so that case, you have to consider a lot of aspects while designing the new algorithm. And that's why, so confidentiality you can work, and that's a really great challenge if you are working for the smart computing devices like IoT, I mean to say smart computing. Again, integrity is very important. So that also I will give overview, basic concept, because when you are exchanging the message over the communication channel, there is a possibility some attacker may modify your message over the communication channel, and that case how receiver will come to know कि किसी ने मेरा message modify किया. All of you are Maharashtrian, you understand Marathi. So कोणी message modify केला over the communication channel. So that case the receiver is using the hashing technique. Next one is authenticity. Authenticate means suppose if you have subscribed for the services, you have paid for those services. Okay, so that case those services should be available to the legitimate user only. It should not be available to the unauthorized user. Okay, so this is like authenticity. Digital signature concept, in my later talk I will discuss in detail, and the availability. Okay, now first one is the symmetric encryption. Anybody is from network background or cryptography, anyone has taught? Please raise your hand if you. So sir has only one person. So other you don't have any background about the cryptography. So symmetric cryptography here. So pointer कौन सा है भाई इसका? Pointer. This one? हाँ ठीक है, thank you. So here basically in the cryptography you are performing two operations, encryption and decryption operation. So what in the encryption, what exactly you are doing? You are using same key for the encryption and decryption operation. That's why we are calling this as a symmetric encryption. So this plain text is going through the encryption. Here you are using algorithm. There are various algorithms are available, and you are using this particular key. Then you will get the ciphertext. Ciphertext means the text which is not understandable by anyone. Then the decryption process will be carried out at the receiving end. Again you are using same key for the encryption as well as decryption operation. Now here I would like to show you the demo. Okay, so how that cryptography is working. So online AES encryption. So there are different algorithms are available. AES algorithm, DES algorithm. So DES algorithm as of today nobody is using DES algorithm. Okay, because DES algorithm is breakable. So there are brute force attack is possible. What do you mean by brute force attack? Attacker using lot of permutation combination, and with the help of permutation combination, attackers is succeed to break the DES algorithm, and that's why DES algorithm is not used for commercial communication, commercial purpose. Because later on I will connect you with you. So where you can use encryption algorithm, where you can use hashing algorithm, where you can use RSA algorithm. Because initially I am discussing the basic or fundamental concept. So suppose that AES encryption decryption process is there. Now here suppose I want to enter. What is the objective? Now suppose I want to share my credit card number with some. Okay, and obviously अगर मैडम को वो इंटरसेप्ट करना है क्रेडिट कार्ड नंबर, so she is the attacker and she should not succeed to intercept my credit card over the communication channel. Even though she succeed to intercept credit card from the communication channel, she should not understand the meaning of that information, and that's why we are calling it as a ciphertext. So here I have entered my credit card number. Okay, this is like 8-digit credit card number. There are different modes of communication, CBC, and so another mode is like ECB. There are two modes of communication. What do you mean by this CBC and EBC mode of communication? Suppose that you have taken this text, okay, suppose message you have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 ka liya, then you are applying the encryption algorithm and then you will get the ciphertext. Second time also you have taken 1 to 8, you are applying the encryption algorithm, you will get ciphertext. In a CBC mode, every time you are getting the different ciphertext. That's the smartness of the algorithm, or that is the strength of the algorithm. So every time you are getting the different ciphertext, and that's why it's highly recommended. Cipher block chaining technique is there. So here I am also using CBC technique. Then there are AES algorithm. Let me tell you, as on today, no one could break this AES algorithm. It's the most secure algorithm. Okay, lot of attackers have attempted to break this particular algorithm, but they could not succeed to break that algorithm because the breaking that algorithm was very difficult, because as such you don't know the internal working. That's why I'm not opening the more thing. But let me tell you, AES is as on today non-breakable encryption technique. Now here initially you require initial vector for that is like I am using 128 bit. So AES algorithm again comes with different flavor, 128 bit. So next one is I think 162 bit, okay, 192 and 256 bit. So it comes in the different flavor. Now कोई भी algorithm है, उसका strength is purely depend on the key. How you are performing the operation of the algorithm. There are various steps you are performing, and key size. अगर आपका key size is 2 bit, let me explain it. So how many possibilities is there? 2 to the power 2, only 4 possible, and within the 4 possibilities you can break that algorithm. Now I am increasing the key size 2 to the power 8, so more possibilities are there. And in DS algorithm, maximum key size was 64 bit, so 2 to the power 64, and that was easily breakable using parallel computing. But here AES algorithm, they have improvised the key size also. It comes in 128, and if you are 2 to the power 128, whatever the value, so lot of computations are required, lot of calculations are required, and even though if you are using parallel computing, the key attacker job is very tough to break that particular key, and that's a major strength of AES algorithm. So here I am using the 128 bit key, then I have to use initial vector. Okay, so again the standard value as such I am using 128 bit. So any 16 character you can use. Okay, 16 into 8. So it's not necessary here I have to use a standard. So you can use your name, family name, and that is the initial vector. Okay, so here I just cut and paste this initial value. Okay, now you require a secret key initial, because the key generation algorithms are there. So whatever seed, whatever the input you are giving, so based on that key will be generated, and again that algorithm is different. I will not go into detail of that algorithm. Okay, so AES encryption key. Now this is like here I am entering the secret key, and again you can decide the 16 character, any 16 character as a secret key, and here in which format you want the output. So base 64, and I am applying the encryption. Okay, so once you are applying the encryption technique, here you are getting the ciphertext. This ciphertext is non-understandable format. No one can understand this ciphertext. Even that's why I said, if I am exchanging my credit card with sir, and madam is intercepting that credit card from the communication channel, she cannot understand the meaning of that information, because that is a ciphertext. Now जो भी process अब तक किया, this was I have done at the sender side. Now at the receiving end, decryption process is there, reverse process is there, so that ciphertext will be converted into the original plain text. So here I have copied this encrypted text. Now decryption process I am following. Again input text format I am using same. Okay. Select mode is CBC. Then key size is 128 bit. Initial vector, yes. Sender and receiver need to mutually agree on initial vector. Okay. Because otherwise, if initial vector is not communicated, then CBC mode will not work. Then secret keys should be also exchanged in a secured way with the sender and receiver. So again I am using that secret key. And now here I am performing the decryption, that is a reverse operation. So yes, you got the original plain text. So original plain text you have taken, you have encrypted it, you have transferred it over the communication channel, and the decryption process you have carried out. So that is the AES algorithm. Again, you can work on the AES algorithm if you are interested to pursue your PhD. DES algorithm you have worked, because I had during my PhD I had worked on DES algorithm. I had improvised that DES algorithm. Okay, so this is just demonstration I have given, but there are so many things are there if you want to study this algorithm in detail. Okay, so this is one algorithm. Then next one is asymmetric encryption technique. In asymmetric, what you are doing? Because what is the limitation? What is the drawbacks in symmetric encryption technique? Again, I am teacher. You have to be very open. ऐसा कोई टेंशन मत लो, because you can openly discuss. You can ask me cross question. I know that. I want only healthy environment here. Interactive session. So whatever the questions are, suppose madam is expert in some domain like soft computing, and I am from cyber security, so I may have some basic question. So I may ask her. So you ask your basic question. So what do you feel like? What is the major drawbacks in symmetric encryption technique? Yes, sir.
Same key is used for encryption and decryption.
Yes.
So it is difficult to share with the other party.
Correct.
Because how to share that keys? That's why it is
Absolutely right. Correct. Correct. Because major problem is, suppose I want to communicate with sir, I am generating the key, and same key is used for the encryption and decryption. So when I am sharing that key over the communication channel to open internet, because there is a possibility attacker may intercept that key from the communication channel. अगर attacker को वो key मिल गया, तो whatever your decrypted text, cipher text is there, that text he can easily convert into the original plain text, and attacker may get your credit card, debit card number. That's a major problem in AES algorithm. जो भी AES algorithm पे काम करते हैं, so they ensure that they are exchanging the key in a secure manner. But substitution for that is asymmetric key is there. So in the asymmetric key, what is there? In the asymmetric key, you are using two different key. That is KB, suppose public key and private key. Now let me tell you the scenario. You want to exchange some text to me. Okay, you want to exchange some text to me, and we want to have a confidentiality. So what I will do? You will request to me, sir, you generate the public key for me. So all the faculty you want to share, you want to share information to me. Okay, and that case you will request to me to generate the public key. So as soon as I received your request, I am generating the two key, public key and the private key. Now public key I will make available for all of you. Your attacker can intercept that public key from the communication channel. Attacker को भी मिल सकता है वो public key, but private key will be with me only. Then when all of you are sending, so when you will receive the public key, and whichever text you want to send, whichever the confidential information you want to send, you will encrypt that confidential information using public key. Now this ciphertext will be transferred, and here the decryption process I will perform using private key. I am not going to share my private key with anybody. So that is the strength of the algorithm. What is the secrecy? What is the strength of this algorithm? That is because I am not sharing my private key. And most popular algorithm in this asymmetric encryption is which one? RSA. Absolutely right. RSA, but RSA algorithm is breakable. But even though SSL protocol, as on today, certificate, I will show you live certificate, they are using RSA algorithm and they are using 2048 bit key. Because RSA algorithm with 10224 or 2048 bit key, whenever you are increasing the size of the key, strength of the algorithm is increasing. It will become very secure algorithm. Now, here I would like to show you one small demo based on this. How you can generate the key. Now, online RSA encryption decryption tool. You can also, I will share those things, those who are teaching security, so they can share with their student this RSA algorithm. Now here, first step is you are generating the key, correct? So key size is 512, so I am generating the key, so that case two key will be generated, public key and private key. So here I am generating, what is the size of the key? My key size is 512 bit, okay, and which one is stronger, it's not breakable. Now, I am entering my plain text. Now, this is my plain text. Suppose credit card number is there. Now, here, because for the encryption operation, you need to use a public key. And here I am selecting the public key because the public key of 120, 512 bit size. Machine slow actually. This machine is fine. Slow actually. Some mouse problem is there. So what you are doing? This mouse you are generating the two keys, public key and private key. Now here you will input your text. Suppose you have input 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now here you will select the whatever the key you have generated. You will select that key, and basically you are using cipher type is RSA. Okay, key type is public. And you will apply the encryption. Here cipher text will be generated, correct? Then here you will enter the cipher text because you are performing the decryption operation. Now here you are selecting the public private key because for the decryption operation you are using private key, and finally you will, once you click on the decryption, you will get the original plain text. Okay, so that's about the RSA. So basically RSA is using two key, public key and private key. I will share my PPT. It's very easy. You can also demonstrate in your labs. Okay, it's an online tool is there. Then hashing technique. So what is the use of hashing? As I said, because if your message is modified over the communication channel, how receiver will come to know someone has modified that message? So let me explain you. Suppose I am generating the message. So I want to transfer one message to sir. So message M1 is there. Then I will apply hashing algorithm on that M1 message and I will get the message digest D1. So output of always hashing technique is message digest. Okay, if I am using MD5 algorithm, so its like message digest size is 128 bit. Now what I will do, I have generated the message digest, I have original message M1, I will transfer to sir. Once sir will receive the message M1 and message digest D1, what he will do? He will apply once again the hashing algorithm on the message. He will calculate the new message digest D2 and he will find out the difference between D2 minus D1. If the difference values is 0, it means that no one has modified that message over the communication channel. Message has been delivered in intact format over the communication channel. This way, you are checking the integrity of the message. Integrity means whether someone has modified that message or not. अभी इसमें क्या problem है? Here is one issue which is related to the confidentiality. I said I have transferred the message and message digest. So what is the problem here? Yes, please speak loudly, madam. Yes. Message. You are transferring the message. There is a possibility message may get modified. There is a possibility message digest D1 may get modified. But I said the problem is with respect to security. Because I am transferring the message in clear text format. And if attacker is intercepting that message over the communication channel, he may read your message, he will come to know about the credit card. So that case, hashing technique will never go alone, it will go hand in hand with the confidentiality and the integrity. So before transferring that message, first of all you need to encrypt that message. Okay, so first encryption process will there on the message M1, you will get the ciphertext C1. Then you are applying the hashing algorithm on message M1, you will get the message digest D1. That ciphertext and message digest will transfer at the receiving end. Attacker cannot read, understand the meaning of your message. Once the attacker is received your message at the receiving end, first step is he will decrypt your message, he will get the original message M1. Then he will apply the hashing technique on M1, he will get the new message digest D2, and then he will find out the difference between D2 minus D1. If it is 0, it means that message is delivered in intact format over the communication channel. So this way integrity is there. Now here hashing technique, like all the passwords, because let me tell you scenario in the real life how it is used hashing technique. So whenever you are registering with any site, like either it could be any social media site, okay, that case whenever you are doing registration, all your registration credential, your login ID and password, basically your password is stored in a database in a hashing form. So they are applying at the server end, the server administrator, they are applying the hashing algorithm on the password and message digest will be stored into the database. Okay, and once you are logging, this is during the registration process, the message digest will be stored. Whenever you are logging, so that case during the login process, okay, so during login process, what you are doing, you are just entering the password. Again, this password will transfer in encrypted format over the communication channel. What receiver will do? Receiving end, server will apply the hashing algorithm on that ciphertext and he will compare the old message digest with the database message digest, and if it is get matched, it means that they will accept your password, otherwise they will reject your password, and this is a commercially used. In the first diagram. In the second diagram, I said hashing technique is a one-way function. Okay, there is no reverse operation because Here your password is there, you are applying the hashing technique and you will get the message digest. But from the message digest you cannot generate the original message. Encryption में क्या था? Decryption process was there. But here the reverse way is not there. It's a one-way function is there. That's the strength of this algorithm. And how you can call MD5? There are various algorithms are there. MD5 algorithm is there. SHA1 algorithm is there. SHA256 algorithm is there. SHA512 algorithm is there. But as on today, MD5 is breakable algorithm because why it is breakable? ये जो आपका message digest है, you can generate the original message from the message digest. Reverse process was possible for MD5 and that's why MD5 is breakable. While SHA1 is also breakable, I will show it to you if this mouse support me. Okay, then SHA1 is breakable, SHA256 is not breakable. Okay, so this is the strength of the algorithm. So because when you comes with the security, if you want to work on the security during your PhD program or in the lab session also, so whenever you want to work on the security, whatever the algorithm you are designing, attacker will try to break your algorithm. And you have to prove that your algorithm is very secure, confidential, strong algorithm is there, so that attacker job will be very tough to break your algorithm. Yeah, even if you are using character A, you will get the message digest of 128 bit because you are using MD5. And even though if you are using 128 bit text data, again you will get the same message digest. So this is about the hashing technique. In nutshell, I have discussed. Basically, here they are using. So whatever the credential I have discussed with you, your password basically will go through the hashing algorithm, and that message digest will be stored into the database. Okay, so this is like now one technique I would like to discuss with you. Hashing. Now there are various algorithms are there. You can see MD5, MD2, MD4. So suppose if you have selected this algorithm MD5 and now this is your input text, correct? This would be your credit card or password, and then you are applying the hashing technique. Now message digest will be generated, right? Now this is your message digest. And what is the output of the MD5 algorithm? 128-bit message digest will be generated. Now, let me show you whether it's breakable or not. Here I have selected the input. Now this input I am selecting. This message digest. Okay. This particular message digest is there. Then I am checking whether it's breakable or not. Here I have pasted it. I am applying. Generate the same as well. So that was another tool. I got one tool, so I will share with you because that tool was working as an attacker. Okay, and in that tool, whatever the message digest is there, if you put that message digest, it will apply the various attack and you will get original credits. I have tested also available. SHA-1 is also breakable. SHA-256 and 512 is non-breakable, and all the commercial protocol they are using this SHA-256 and SHA-512. Now attack on ATM machine. Now this is your real time, you can correlate. So you are going to ATM machine, your आज आपका salary हो गया सबका, your everybody is happy, your wife, assume that so you have quoted me as an official person. I have nothing to see. Assume that आज salary हो गया, आज का तारीख 1 तारीख है, and your wife is also happy, आज husband salary लेके आएगा, okay, and your money is deposited into bank, correct? College का bank रहता है, they will deposit all your salary in that particular bank. Now happily you want to withdraw huge amount from the ATM machine, so you will carry your credit card or debit card with you. You will insert your debit card there, okay, and you are not aware what are the potential threats are there. Now this is an ATM skimming attack. There is a possibility this particular slot is a genuine slot, but this is a fake slot which is put by the attacker, and this slot, वो जो device रहेगा, which you will never notice with your naked eyes. Okay, so as soon as you are inserting your debit card, all your information will be read by that particular circuitry. यहाँ पे circuitry which is not clearly visible, but it will extract all the credit card information. Then finally, this ATM machine is also reading your debit card, because every debit card some magnetic strip is there, and on the magnetic strip all the information is available. So that case you will complete your transaction, money will be get withdrawn, but your credit card and PIN number will be recorded here also. That's very dangerous attack. So whenever you are withdrawing money from any ATM machines, there are a lot of threats was possible. You need to ensure that वो जो credit card का slot है ना, where we are inserting, you just ensure that whether that slot, some fake skimming slot is available or not. You need to ensure that, and this is very important because this may be read information. Second one, yes, I have shown that, because they will fix that particular slot here. Then the next possibility, now this is a PIN number, this keypad is available to enter the PIN number, but actually genuine PIN keypad is this one, and this is a simply fixed over the keypad, and this was deployed by the attacker. Okay, and you will never notice. हमको तो आज salary हो गया, खुश है, okay, wife ने बोला जल्दी आ जाओ घर पे, तो हमको I have to rush at home anyhow. So that case, whatever the PIN number you will enter, whatever the credit card, debit card PIN number you will enter, this will be recorded on that particular device, and this device is a scheme device. Okay, actual keypad is this. What attacker will do? He will come after 2-3 days and he will take out that device. Even bank को भी पता नहीं चलेगा. Most of the banks are unattended. वहाँ पे you will see dogs in the banks. Okay, बैंक का जो ATM machine है, वहाँ पे AC नहीं रहता है, security person नहीं रहता है. At least मुंबई में तो वो हालत है. Okay, where nobody is attending there. So that case, this is like a fake key card, keypad which is deployed by the attacker. You need to ensure, you need to cautious. There is no prevention mechanism for this. The next. Now there is also possible. There are a lot of cameras are there, hidden cameras, small tiny cameras. You will never notice. Again, those cameras, whatever the key you are pressing, all those keys will be recorded by those camera, and again attacker will come some other days and he will take out those camera, and camera is having some recording capability also. It will record some content and this will be available to the attacker. So you need to be very cautious. Okay. Now next one is, आज salary हो गया, wife ने बोला चलो restaurant जाते हैं खाना खाने, तो husband is also happy, wife is also happy. So we rush to the restaurant for, आपके यहाँ कौन सा अच्छा restaurant है? Panchavati hotel, might be. Okay, everything is related to Panchavati. Now we went to a restaurant to have meal. Okay. Now, like POS scheming and spy job. What is that POS? Because basically they are scanning your credit card because खाना खाने के बाद पैसा तो देना है ना. So we have given their debit card to them, and this POS scheming is there. So this is a POS device is there, and this particular slot is available for the credit card. Okay, it's a card reader basically. But on that, वहाँ पे एक बंदा है security, उसने ये deploy कर दिया. And even the hotel owner will never come to know someone has deployed this schemer over the POS, and whatever all the credit card details will be available to the attacker, and he will take out that device. So these are the various types of threats are there, and it is our hard earning money. Okay, for teachers, basically I understand our pain. Okay, so it's not a, so you need to be very cautious, you need to be very alert about those transaction. ATM machine में जो भी transaction करेंगे, you have to be cautious. Okay, your alertness only can save you. Then one more attack which I would like to discuss with you here, attack on ATM machine. Now basically we are inserting the card, and this card is magnetic, this strip is also there. Okay, and this like EVM chip is there, and all the credit card detail is recorded on that EVM chip. Now what attacker is doing, he will create one circuitry, very tiny device like chip he will create, and he will insert, okay, on the card reader. So card reader to hai, but that device is also there. Whenever you are inserting your credit card, so all the information will be read by that particular circuitry, and which is inserted by the attacker. Okay, so all the credit card information, so we call this as a man-in-middle attack. I am not going in detail, but again there is a possibility, and this is beyond your reach. This particular attack is beyond your reach. We cannot control. Okay, but previous attack, POS scheming and your credit card reader, that slot, there you need to be very cautious. अभी आप next time जब ATM machine जाएंगे, तो वो device को थोड़ा ऐसा push करके देखो. Really, you need to check it out. So then, yeah, so I had already discussed enough. One YouTube video I want to show, but because of the time restriction, I don't want to extend. The next one is the ransomware attack. What is your understanding about the ransomware attack? Any input from your end? Ransomware attack. Anybody knows? Data encrypted. Correct. Ransomware attack क्या है? Because lot of revenue losses was there worldwide because of the ransomware attack. Ransomware means like this is money extortion. So attacker will create a virus code, and that virus code will insert in my system, and it will encrypt all my files. If I want to use those files, then they will give one note there. Okay, if you want to decrypt those files, then you have to pay some money on the following link, and then only the decryption key we will provide to you. That's a ransomware attack. This is very dangerous. Even the big financial organization, Bank of America, Bank of like India, Indian banks, they have never disclosed their server was victim of the ransomware attack. But India is also major victim of ransomware attack. And how much revenue we have lost because of the ransomware attack? See, this government sector major losses are there. 47%, I think 42%, 47% revenue losses is because of the ransomware. Because government they are not bothering about the security. There is least, they are giving least priority to the security because security experts are not there. There is a huge requirement. It's not security only. Sir ka domain hai, mera domain hai. That's why we should aware. No, every individual should aware about the security. As you are using the smart gadget, mobile phone, as you are using the computer, as you are doing the online transaction, as you are doing online banking transaction, you must be aware about those security threats because it's like need. And even though software engineering also, you are teaching the student how that software will be designed. There are different phases are there. I hope entire audience is from computer IT background. So that case, the SDLC life cycle is there. So initially requirement gathering, then design phase, then coding phase, then testing phase, then deployment phase. This is the SDLC life cycle of the project or software. But now we have also introduced new subject, secure software engineering. Why it is required? Because whenever your product is going through the life cycle, we are considering those security aspects so that that particular application which is designed, that particular product which you are designed is not vulnerable to those attacks. Otherwise, after our software, you are downloading various apps, correct? Without bothering, without thinking, various apps you are downloading from the Play Store. You are checking whether those apps are secured or not. No, we are not bothering all those things. And these apps are accessing, they are asking you permission now officially. Whether I should read your phone number, contact number, we have to give them permission. Otherwise, it's not given, downloaded on your phone. So they can read each and every information. And on your computer, on your mobile phone, debit card number, credit card number, all your financial details. Even I am also of your same shoes. Okay. So that case we need to ensure that. So we need to provide the security. There are like antiviruses are available, and you must download those antiviruses. So ransomware attack. So major government sector was the victim of those ransomware attack. Next one is huge money losses are there. Okay, worldwide, because this ransomware attack is activated next 3-4 years, and the next major like affecting countries India, as well as India is also there, because the India, lot of people are doing online transactions. Now I will not go into the detail of those ransomware attacks, how it is happening. Now you will receive one email, correct, and like official mail, and once you open that mail, okay, it could be a like virus program, but externally that program looks like genuine. You will download or you will click on that hyperlink. Email will contain one hyperlink. Hyperlink is URL. Once you click on that URL, okay, they will be divert you some website, and they will ask you can download those like audio, video, whatever the information is there. Once you download that information, along with that information, ransomware code will also get installed in your computer. And once they install on your computer, they will encrypt your entire file. Okay, and then they will. You cannot use your computer. Your computer is okay, but you cannot open those files. You cannot read those files. You cannot modify those files because of the encrypted file. And then they will put up one note also. If you want, as I had already discussed, if you want to decrypt those files, you have to pay money on this account, online account, and then only the decryption key will be provided to you, and then only you will be in a position to use. So this is like lot of banks were victim of those ransomware attack. It's a malware. So I will not go into the technicality, detail of those ransomware. Yes. So another like which is nearest online banking fraud and security, which I would like to discuss with you. Now credential, now strong password. What is your understanding about the strong password? Again, it's related. So we are not giving importance about the strong password. Password will be. See why strong password should be there. Strong password should be a combination of uppercase character, lowercase character, numeric value. जितना ज़्यादा diffusion रहेगा password में, that's a better. Why? Because as I discussed with you, how attacker will break this password? अगर आपका password है numeric value 1 2 3 4 5, so attackers only suppose 7 digit password is there. How many possibilities is there? 2 to the power 7. Okay, whatever the value you will get, I think 127, the 128. So those many possibilities, attacker can break your password. But even though 7 digits are there, but if you are if you are using uppercase character, lowercase character, numeric value, then lot of complexity of that password. Permutation is increasing. So here, advisable, you should always use more than 10 character, and it should be combination of uppercase, lowercase and numeric value, and don't keep straightforward password. Okay, where banking sector, you need to change your password regularly. It is advisable. Bank is also giving recommendation to you. If you are doing online trading, financial trading, so of course your password will be expired within 15 days. But again, it is advisable, you must change your password regularly and don't share your password with anyone else. Now again, in the brute force attack, which I had already discussed. Brute force attack means they are breaking your password using permutation combination. Now next one is software keylogger. What is that keylogger? Keylogger means whatever key you will press, all those keys will be recorded by that particular program. It is a software, it is a malware, it is a virus program which is deployed on your computer. How virus will get installed? Because you are downloading stuff from unauthorized website, unregistered website, and that case along with that software, okay, malware will also get installed in your computer, and जो भी key आप press करेंगे, because आपके कॉलेज में आप आएंगे, so initially you will enter your login ID password to access that computer. Then अगर आपको Gmail account open करना है, then you will enter the Gmail account and password. That will also recorded by the keylogger. Then you will enter your banking transaction if you are doing financial transaction. That will be also recorded by that keylogger. So whichever key you are entering, all those keys will be recorded by the keylogger. They are creating one block file, and this block file will be emailed to the attacker who is sitting at the remote location. So attacker need not to be a part of your campus. He need not to enter into your campus, but all the key which you are entering will be available to the attacker, and you will never notice some keylogger is installed in your computer. See, this is the hardware keylogger. There are two types of keyloggers are there. Previous one which I have discussed, these are the software keylogger. Now hardware keylogger, suppose आपका computer है and you are working on server room, and just you let your server room and someone enter, insider person enter in your server room. What he will do? He will connect the keylogger to the keyboard. This is keyboard. Okay. So keylogger है और keylogger को keyboard connect कर देगा, and whichever key you are entering, all those keys will be recorded in this particular keylogger. Right? And then जब आप नहीं रहेंगे रूम पे, he will come, he will remove that keylogger and वापस keyboard जैसे के वैसे that slot में connect कर देगा. You will never notice, nobody will notice. Your all the key, whichever key you are enter, will be recorded here. This is a hardware key. So your alertness is very important. Okay. So there are some wireless based keyloggers are also there, because attacker will, even though attacker need not to be a part of your computer, he has to be within the wireless network. All the keys will be available to you. There are a lot of details are available on this website. Now, like virtual keyboard, क्यों चाहिए? Because to prevent the keylogger, all the banks they have given the virtual keyboards. But hardly we are using virtual keyboard. कभी भी use करते, even I am. That's why we never use the virtual keyboard. It is advisable at least जब आप password enter करते हैं, तो you must use this virtual keyboard, so that virtual keyboard में whichever key you are entering, those key is not recorded by the keylogger, because there is a like mapping is a different way. A lot of students they have done project on the virtual keyboards also. You can do the projects on the virtual keyboard. Students have designed the virtual keyboard, and of course your college student might have designed the virtual keyboard. So SBI bank, every bank they are providing, you must use that virtual keyboard. So this part I will not go into. Anti-keyloggers, yes, yes. Anti-keyloggers, the concept is there because if your keyloggers are there, those keyloggers are not detected by your firewalls also. Okay, if antivirus is there, antiviruses are not detecting the keylogger. Only you need to deploy the there are different keyloggers. Online anti-keyloggers are also available. You must deploy those anti-keyloggers, install those anti-keyloggers in your computer. What is your understanding about the firewall? Any input? Because lot of students, there is a potential you can work on PhD level on intrusion detection system, IDS, IPS. Okay, you can design your own IPS, IDS. But before that, I would like to ask you, what is your understanding about the firewall? Where you will deploy that firewall? कहाँ पे install करेंगे? Any input? See, again we are teachers. Okay, ऐसा ज़्यादा ये मत रखो, gap मत रखो. Whatever you know, you talk. Bindas. Yes, sir. Gateway, correct. Gateway is a different. Firewall. Basically, firewall, like suppose any packets are coming to your network. Suppose आपके college का network एक this classroom is there. Okay, we are calling sir one company. So यहाँ पे एक server है, main server. That main server is connected to the proxy server. I am going to explain you. And proxy server is connected to the router, and because of the router you are connected to the outside the world, internet world. Now why proxy server is required? Proxy server is required because मेरा main server का काम है, वो database server है, web server is there, so it is heavily loaded. Okay, lot of services are running on my actual server. Database भी है, web server भी है, okay, मेरा खुद का college का website है, so all the services are running on my main server. Then proxy server पे you can deploy the security policy. Whatever the security restriction you want to put, so there on my proxy server I have configured the firewall. Okay, I am talking about the packet filtering firewall. Very simple. Curriculum में भी है packet filtering. So whenever packet will come from the internet, वो मेरा firewall क्या करेगा? It will inspect the packet. Now again packet is divided in two parts. Header and payload. Payload means actual data. Header will consist source address, destination address, and other controlling information. That firewall will check the IP address. If that IP address is a whitelisted, then because firewall is maintaining the blacklisted IP addresses. Blacklisted. If the IP address is white, okay, then it will allow the packet to enter on the network. Otherwise, it will block that packet. Second one is like second firewall is working on the I have missed out that terminology. Now it's I'm not recollecting. Okay, so this is firewall. What is the limitation in this? क्या हो सकता है limitation? That's why you have to switch on the port level. Okay, so second firewall working on the port level because there are certain blacklisted port. If any packet is communicating with your network on that port, blacklisted port, your firewall will block. It will discard that particular packet. It will not allow that packet to enter into the network. Now what are the limitations? Any input. Firewall is maintaining the blacklisted IP addresses. Okay, कोई packet आएगा तो वो discard कर देगा. फटाफट. Any input. What is problem here? IP spoofing is there. What do you mean by IP spoofing? Attacker जो मेरा I am genuine user of this college. Okay, मेरा IP address is whitelisted. Attacker क्या करेगा? He will use my IP address. There are certain softwares are available. Okay, so with the help of software, attacker का machine का IP address is different, but he is generating the packet with my IP address. Those packets will come to the firewall. Firewall will check the source address and destination address, and he will find that address is genuine, and the packet will come. This way, attacker will succeed to deploy the malicious code into the network. So that is called the IP spoofing is possible. So how will you monitor that? Okay, so how there is a restriction. Firewall is having limitation. Now firewall should go with the intrusion detection system, because firewall is only checking the source address, destination address, and port number. It's not checking the actual content, but intrusion detection system is checking the content, payload of the packet, actual content. and if they found any malicious, because intrusion detection system is having the signature. If they found a similar pattern is available in that payload, they will discard that packet and they will intimate to the user also, administrator, and then they will also upgrade those firewall, because firewall and IDS should come hands in hand. So then that IDS will intimate the firewall and that particular IP address will be blacklisted in that particular firewall, so that next packet will be discarded by firewall. Okay, so they will not go to the IDS. So any packet which is coming, first it will go to the firewall and then to the IDS and then it will go to the actual network. So here two levels of security are applied. There are different levels of security. Okay, so here I am applying the two levels of security. My network is secure. So there is again they can block. So अगर आपको PhD pursue करना है, you can design intelligent intrusion detection system. There is also scope of the research. You can work intrusion prevention system also. You can work on cryptography. Hashing technique पे मत काम करो, because no one has worked. You will not get any literature. You can work on the cryptography, and again you are used for the smart computing. There is a potential area where you can do your research work. Then the certificate. Now I will open certificate concept. Why certificate is required? I know that all of you are very I am extremely sorry for this. Bear with me. Since I want this student to very very. Really slow, sir. System administrator, sir. Machine तुमची slow झाली आहे. तुम्हाला format करा. Because it's not opening. Network slow आहे. Blocked by your firewall. Banking sites are not open. Yes. Okay, that's great. Now, fortunately, it's open. Now, what is a certificate? Let me discuss with you. Because we have discussed public key, private key. What are the drawbacks are there? Because public key, now I am sharing my public key with all of you, and you are encrypting that data using my public key, correct? As we have discussed. But how you will ensure that whether you are receiving the public key from the genuine user? Sir भी भेज सकते हैं आपको public key, ये भी भेज सकते हैं आपको public key. So how will you believe whether that public key is coming from me, sir, or this sir? For that purpose, the digital signature concept is there. Digital signature अपनी life, अपना real life में how I correlate? Okay. Now you have issued me 1 lakh rupee check. Okay. I am assuming that you have given me 1 lakh rupee check, but you have not signed on that check. I am going to bank. Bank Happily, because I am not verified the signature, your signature, I am going to bank for making payment or withdrawing that 1 lakh rupees. But bank person will say, accountant, there is no signature. What is that signature? The signature proves that validity, authenticity of the user. Okay. If it is, again, if you are signed on the check, he will cross-check your signature with the database registered signature. If it is matched, then only you will allow to withdraw the money. That's why, similarly, whether my public key is from me or some other person, how will you ensure that you can generate the digital signature? How you can generate a digital signature? Digital signature, if I have to generate for you, I am using my private key to generate the digital signature. Later on, you can learn. Okay, there are algorithm is there, L-gamma algorithm is there. Okay, there are a lot of algorithms are available to generate the digital signature. But let me tell you in a nutshell, if I have to generate the digital signature, I have to use my private key for the digital signature. Then message is there. Now see, please listen carefully. Message I want to transfer to you. Okay. So message I want to transfer to you. I am requesting to you give your public key. So on my request, you have generated two key. आपने कौन सा कितना key generate किया? Your public key and private key. And you have shared your public key with me. Now that particular public key I am using for encrypting the message. Correct? But if I want to incorporate digital signature, I will also generate the two key using RSA algorithm, public key and private key. Then digital signature I will generate using my private key. I will share my public key with you. When message will reach to you, you will decipher that message using your private key. Correct? Okay, all of you are agree with me. But if you want to validate the signature, you have to use my public key. And this way, the communication will carry on. But again, here is a problem. So that's why the certificate concept will there, because there is a possibility that signature may get tampered over the communication channel. Signature may get forged over the communication channel, and to make the intactness of that signature, the certificate is there. For assume that I have opened the Bank of Baroda. Here we are the browser. Thus, Bank of Baroda server has issued the certificate to me on that browser. What that certificate is containing? Certificate is containing the public key, okay, which for every packet which is, if I am doing online transaction, मेरा password, login ID, password जो भी डालूंगा, so everything will be encrypted from my web browser to Bank of Baroda का server in an encrypted format. For that purpose, जो भी public key है, it is available in the certificate form. Then hashing algorithm is also there. Hashing technique में जो रहेगा, that hashing algorithm is also I am sharing with you. So everything is available in the certificate, and certificate content I am showing to you. Okay. So if that certificate is valid, then your all transaction is secure. Now here we want to ensure that whether that certificate is genuine or fake. Here you need to click on that. Okay, lock. Okay, and connection is secure, they say. Certificate is valid. Certificate is valid. This I want to open this. So firewall block that. On my PPT, if you click here, the certificate will be open, which I will show you in my PPT, the format of the certificate. Yes. Okay. So this is like certificate. Details are there. Issued to Bank of Baroda. issued by Digi Certificate PLS RSA, and they are using SHA-256. Certificate is valid from 7/10/21 to 8/11/22. Okay, and issuer statement is also there. So this is the content of the certificate. So there is a certificate issuing authority is there, who is issuing. They are government recognized authority. They are issuing this certificate. And if you want to see the detailed content of the certificate, details are there. So everything is there. What is the version of the certificate? Serial number, signature algorithm. So they have generated the signature, digital signature using SHA-256 RSA algorithm is there. Okay, signature of hashing algorithm, SHA-256 is there. Issuer, he has issued Digi certificate. In India, all the certificates are issued by Digi certificate only, and validity is also given, and public key is there. Yes, RSA 2048-bit public key is there. And this is a live website which I have demonstrated to you. So for all the genuine valid website, the certificate will be issued. So this is a public key, and that's why all the algorithm which I have discussed is used in the real life. So RSA algorithm is there, digital signature algorithm is there, SHA this algorithm is also there, used by this particular certificate. Now certificate is there, SSL protocol. If you get time, you just see SSL protocol. It will create a secure tunnel between web browser and web server. Bank of Baroda server, and on this machine, the secure tunnel will be created first of all, and all your password, जो भी आप enter करते password, वो that will be exchanged in secure manner between web browser and web server. So you need not to worry, because this is as on today, this is non-breakable. All these algorithms are very powerful. Strong algorithms are there, and these algorithms are non-breakable. Certificate path is also given. Okay. So there is a certificate issuing authority, and that certificate I discussed. Yeah. Again, this is chain of certificate. Yes. Now what is the chain of certificate? Because certificate issuing authority, they are responsible to issue the Digi certificate. They are responsible to issue the certificate. They are responsible to maintain that certificate. Once the validity period is expired, that certificate will be no more available. So they are also responsible to revoke those certificates because someone has misused the certificate. So on that case, that certificate will be revoked automatically, and this is the chain of certificate. Anybody can tell me what is this chain of certificate? If you know, yes, please go ahead. Chain of certificate. Sometimes you may come across why this chain of certificate is required. So chain of certificate concept is there. So like Digi certificate is a government authority who is issuing the certificate to you. But there is a possibility government authority is person nahi hai, that is a server. Okay, secure server who is issuing that certificate. But there is a possibility attacker may attack on that particular server. So to increase the level of security, there are root server is there. Okay, root certificate, that root server is there. Then the intermediate certificate and end entry. So there are different level of CAs are there, certificates are there. And so you can see in this diagram, so whatever the certificate will be issued, this certificate will be signed by the intermediate. So root is going to sign, ये जो root है, what this root will do? The root will sign the certificate of intermediate certificate, and intermediate certificate will sign the end certificate. Now, okay, and verification process, again I will not go into the detail. So there are different servers are involved. If there is a possibility, one of the server may get compromised, but other two servers, they will not get compromised. So rarely it happens that all three servers will get compromised, and that's why to enhance the level of security, to protect your money, to provide better secure communication, so chain of certificate concept is used, and of course that DigiCerti, they are using the chain of certificate concept. So even that diagram, if I can show it to you, it is open. Okay, so certificate part. So this is the root certificate, intermediate certificate, and end certificate is there. So they are also using the chain of certificate concept. Okay, 10-15 minutes is okay. So I'll wrap up my session now 1:42. I'll finish it by 2. Understand? Yes. So password cracking. So this tool you can discuss in the lab session. Password cracking. Okay. So like there are very powerful password cracking tools are there. Now as I had discussed with you MD5 algorithm. So practically I will demonstrate to you how you can break that, because I will show it to you how MD5 message digest is get break by the crack station. Now here message digest I have generated using MD5 algorithm, and this is my password. So this is my message digest. Okay, 128. After its privacy error is not allowing me to, because it's not secure site. There is a firewall. So it's allowing only on HTTPS only. HTTP नहीं कर देता है. अच्छा क्या way है? What is the way out? Can you help me to open this site? So that I can demonstrate you how the password will be there. Any password? Okay. So there is another tool you can try out. So this is another tool. So whatever the message digest is there, so password cracking tool. So I will copy paste that message digest in the password cracking tool. It will apply brute force attack on that. Okay, and we'll get the original number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Even there are a lot of algorithms are there password cracking. So those who are taking security or information security, you can demonstrate all those tools in your lab session. Cane and apple is also there. Now, the next point which I would like to discuss with you, the WhatsApp security. Now, what is the WhatsApp security? Now, this is like Alice and Bob, two communicating parties are there. Now, this is a WhatsApp server. Suppose I am communicating with sir. This is the previous version of the WhatsApp. Now what was the scenario? They used to share the key between server. They used to share one key between server and Alice. Okay, server and Alice, that is KAS. एक यहाँ पे symmetric key था. This was the symmetric key between these two communicating parties, and KBS was the symmetric key between these two communicating parties. Now, what is the problem? आपका जो भी मैसेज है, प्राइवेट मैसेजेस. Now suppose this message, जो भी आपने मैसेज एंटर किया, using this case, it was encrypted at the sender side. Then वो decrypt होता था. यहाँ पे server end. Okay, server was able to see whatever text you are exchanging with your friends, whatever the private content you are sending to your friend, was able to see at the server end, because one key was between Alice and server, and one key was server and Bob. So that's why ये जो पैकेट था, this was open at the server end, and again encryption process will carried out using KBS, and then finally the ciphertext will be decrypted using KBS at the port. लेकिन being a communicating party, we never come to know someone is reading our messages. Some message or private messages available to the server, and that's why lot of people have raised an objection. Lot of discussion was going on amongst the, and then after that WhatsApp has come up with a lot of videos as well as they have started advertisement. उस advertisement में आपने टीवी पे भी देखा होगा, husband is exchanging the message using WhatsApp message to his wife, and that exchange was secured. How it is possible? In my next diagram. Okay. Now whatever the key will be exchanged, that is KB, will be exchanged between Alice and Bob. It means that between two communicating parties, the key is not available to the server. So suppose if you have encrypted your message, this message will reach to the server. Server cannot decrypt that message. What is the job of the WhatsApp server? Simply forwarding that message to the receiver, and receiver only decipher that particular message. So this was about the WhatsApp security. So what do you mean by? They said WhatsApp is providing end-to-end security. Even you can design a protocol, okay, during your PhD work, who is supporting end-to-end communication. During my PhD work, I have worked on SIP protocol, because VoIP, voice over IP protocol, is Skype nowadays, because all voice content you are transferring. So VoIP में there are two level of protocols are there, SIP and RTP. So basically SIP protocol was used for the initial credential exchange between two communicating parties. And once the credential is exchanged between two communicating parties, for real-time communication, RTP protocol was come into the picture. Okay, and that RTP protocol was responsible to deliver your packet, digital packet from your machine to the server end, so receiving it. But SIP protocol vulnerable. It is in clear text format. Whatever the credential was there, it was exchanged in a clear text format, and that's why during my PhD, I have protected those SIP packets so that all the message which will exchange during which is carrying credential will be protected. Then my mentor was Dr. Devnesar. So let me one thing I would like to share with you. Sir has done his PhD from IIT Bombay, and sir mentor was Dr. Pathak, renowned person in the computer field. You might be knowing that Dr. D.B. Pathak is the greatest person, and sir has the work under him, Devnesar. Sir will never share his I have not taken his permission, but sir thesis was because IIT में क्या होता है? So one thesis will go to the IIT person, one thesis will go to India, and one thesis will go to Europe for review. Europe. So sir का thesis जिसके पास गया था यूरोप में, because sir has also worked at the protocol level. So that person has designed the protocol simulating tool. What is that protocol simulating tool? Avispa. Okay. What was whichever protocol you have designed, so it was simulating that protocol, and as well as it was launching lot of attack on that protocol. Then after that, once you have designed a secure protocol, then it was saying that this protocol is secure. So that France में गया था सर का thesis for review. That France that expert said that so he has written a mail to the Devnesar, his mentor D.B. Pathak, and they have asked to demonstrate that things also. Avispa में करने के लिए बोला था, and after that sir details हो गया. Then I had also worked on the protocol level. So sir has also said me, so whatever protocol you have designed secure protocol, you also demonstrate, okay, you also simulate using Avispa. Is a powerful tool available, and then lot of attacks was carried out, and then we have successfully defended that. So this way, so what is my intention to share with you? Like if you see the outside universities, private universities, there is I am also going as a reviewer for various PhD thesis examiner there. I'm various university and PhD thesis examiners are there. PhD's value is deteriorating day by day. And as a student, as a me student, if I am getting PhD within 2 years without doing moderate work, I am happy as a student. I am happy because मैं भी PhD करता हूँ, मुझे भी लगता था कि मेरा PhD फटाफट होना चाहिए. But Devane sir is very strict. He was very meticulous while regarding the PhD work also. He reviewed my thesis twice at his jail. And my thesis was reviewed by one of the IIT professor. Okay. So finally he has also done postdoc on that protocol level. He has given a lot of suggestions during my details also. And I am not hesitating because I have learned a lot during that process. You should be open. Because अगर आपका easy PhD हो जाएगा, then when you are giving an interview, basically, and that time interview, the expert will come to know from which university you did PhD, who is your guide, and up to what level. Because within 2-3 questions they will come to know. Your publication, they will immediately come to know. So don't do diluted PhD. If it is not possible, don't register for PhD. It is my advice. Now, पहले MTech जैसा होता था ना, अभी उसी level का PhD हो गया. They are just selling the degrees. Don't be a part of that. If you want to do PhD, do it from your good institute. Guide is good because guide is very, very important. So, because your PhD should be proper, you have to define proper problem, and again whatever the solution you are designing, that solution should be validated. See, let me tell you, my 2 students, they have defended last year only. So when I have read their thesis twice, that time I realized that ये जो protocol design किया, they have not demonstrated attack. So they are not verified because they have designed one protocol, secure protocol, but they have not launched the attack on their protocol. So how you can validate your work? So of course, अगर आपका, that's why DES algorithm is your best algorithm, cryptographic algorithm. You have improvised DES algorithm. Suppose brute force attack अगर DES algorithm पे होता है, okay, तो you same brute force attack should not happen in your algorithm. That is the success of your work. And ये होना चाहिए. That's way only you can validate your work. बाहर तो easy है. And again, it's not fault of the student. There are mentors are not available. So they are saying that अरे तुम करो, publication लेके आओ, final exam के दम 10-20 हजार मुझे दे दो. These things are happening. Don't fall into this trap. You will spoil your career. Best way, अगर आपका family responsibility, don't register for PhD. Because PhD, just there are shops open who is selling the PhD certificate. You have to register them. After 3 years, you will get the certificate, publication, and everything will be done. Okay, so I don't want to speak anything about that. But you must do good work, and your good work will be helpful to you. Because I had a tough time during my PhD, during defense also. That reviewer from IIT professor, yes, gave me a lot of suggestions. But I have learned a lot on that process. That's why we are from same boat. I am saying that. I have really learned a lot from the process, and my student will come with very good publication. As on today, so we have filed 4 patents. One of the patent is published in Australian journal. So 3 patents we have submitted, and it has got published in Indian patent we have filed. Okay. So now the examination process is going on. So when you want to have a quality work, ज़्यादा काम करने का जरूरत नहीं. Small work you do, but do it quality work. Innovation has to be there, and innovation इतना easy नहीं आता है. One day, because we are not reading the literature basically. Without reading literature, without partially understanding about the literature, we are coming with the problem statement. Don't do that. Literature survey is very, very important. At least, अगर आपको security domain में काम करना है, one example, you must read all the papers. IEEE से start कर देना. Then you have to go to the journal-based paper, then survey-based paper, which are published in journal, good journal. So read good journal. सब implement नहीं करना है, but you will get quality work to read, and your level of understanding, your problem defining will go to the next level so that you can define your problem. And PhD level पे student को ज़्यादा काम करना है. Guide is there to evaluate your work. Okay. But अगर आपका mentor अच्छा है तो that's very good. It will give you proper path and direction. His domain and your domain should be get matched. Sometimes what happens that guide का domain कुछ अलग ही रहता है. Student को हाँ बोलता है, oh yes you can do that. There is a lot of problems. Students are facing a lot of problems to understand the problem because he want each and every step guide. So this is not MTech is different and PhD is different. So just with this final note, I will conclude my session. I am really thankful to Devne sir and your head of the department. They have allowed me to speak with you, and you have after having the lunch break also you have listened me. There are a lot of stuffs are available. If time permit, next time again we can have one more session. We can interact. So thank you once again to all.
I would like to thank Dr. Narendra Shekokar sir for demonstration of cryptographic algorithm. Sir has explained ATM skipping and POS skipping attacks in detail and made us aware for the precautions to be taken to avoid them. Sir also have given the information regarding keylogger and the benefits using virtual keyboard for financial transactions. Thank you sir for your valuable